Hello, you are watching Cloud and 5G Live. Today I'm joined by Velissarios Lataris, Senior Vice President of UK and Ireland for the telecommunications company Umlaut. Velissarios is a senior leader with an extensive background in sales, customer experience, digital transformation, and strategy development. He delivers key insights and shows a clear drive in organizations to put the customer at the heart of everything they do. He also works on multiple technologies, including IT, as well as fixed and mobile networks, to deliver the highest quality products and services. Velissarios is also a key member of the European team for Umlaut, and now here to deliver his keynote presentation entitled Openrun and Umlaut. Please welcome the man himself, Velissarios.
Thank you, Sam. We're here today to talk about Openrun and Umlaut. First of all, getting started with 5G also means understanding Openrun. Openrun, which stands for Radio Access Network, is one of the hottest topics and technology trends in the telecommunication industry today. Looking on it as a comparison with traditional radio access networks, we can see multiple benefits. With Openrun, we have specific elements to control the network behavior based on AI and machine learning, which provide intelligence. Openrun deployments can be done using multi-vendor suppliers. It is easy to program and flexible, whereas traditional radio access networks have all predefined control logic and are difficult to change. Traditional radio access networks can only be implemented with the equipment of one specific vendor, as well as having closed and embedded interfaces. This means that hardware, software, and radio have to be from the same vendor. In comparison, Openrun is multi-vendor friendly. It brings open interfaces and unbundled possibilities. It has interoperable protocols and interfaces, whereas traditional radio access networks are proprietary systems where radio, hardware, and software are all from one vendor. They have a high investment cost and a slow time to market. Openrun is an open system, which means there is an ecosystem behind it. Being multi-vendor friendly and with open interfaces, the flexible layered architecture avoids vendor lock-ins. This flexibility results in an acceleration of deployments. For example, in 2019, Rakuten Mobile launched the first commercial 4G and 5G NSA Openrun deployment, and NTT Docomo uses multi-vendor O-RAN deployments. In 2020, this activated their 5G Openrun virtualized network, and Rakuten activates the first MIMO 5G deployment. In 2021, Deutsche Telekom enabled 25 4G, 5G MIMO Openrun sites. And thus far, in 2022, Vodafone have switched their first 5G Openrun site in the UK. KTDI have activated their first commercial 5G standalone Openrun deployment, and O2 activated their first mini radio sales with Openrun technology. The industry is investing in Openrun, therefore. Vodafone reiterated their plans to have more than 2,500 Openrun sites live by 2027, which is actually the deadline in the UK for removing Huawei radio access network infrastructure. Vodafone also claims that 30% of all its European sites will be using Openrun by 2030. Furthermore, Telefonica has announced that it will build out Openrun pilot sites in its core markets of Brazil, Germany, Spain, and the UK to approximately 800 sites, and that Openrun will constitute 50% of all new base stations by 2025. Telefonica plans to use Openrun-based technology to provide densification of its 5G network in Germany. Orange has already announced some ambitious goals, declaring that all new hardware sourced by Orange in Europe should have at least Openrun interfaces from 2025 onwards. At this year's MWC, the Mobile World Congress, Orange announced that it intends to switch off its 2G and 3G networks by 2030. NTT Docomo provided details of its latest Openrun initiatives including its Openrun ecosystem, which currently consists of 13 vendor partners. The company hopes that this Openrun ecosystem, OREC, will accelerate Openrun deployments around the world. Openrun, though, doesn't come without its challenges. Openrun is composed of multiple components, often from different vendors, no longer pre-integrated and pre-tested upfront. The maturity of specification is improving, but there are many architectural choices and options in the implementation to ensure interoperability. The flexibility of choices and mixing of products leads to high number of configurations and fault scenarios, not to mention new talent needs. Another challenge is the technology and supply chain readiness. Technology capabilities, delivery scalability, and integration complexity are still very hot topics. Well-established telco procurement, design, introduction, deployment, and operation processes do not now directly apply or require a change towards CI/CD, as well as network quality KPIs, latency, capacity, resiliency will now vary depending on the deployment scenario and vendor product choices to materialize the necessary performance. Finally, general-purpose hardware and software-based platforms require a holistic, telco-grade security design and testing. Initial 5G deployments leave mobile networks open to security threats, and our own Umlaut experts, Pedro Simao and Salah Rekman, have already shared their view on it. Umlaut is a very strong partner to mitigate these challenges. With our ecosystem partners, our membership of Openrun Alliance and TIP, we are working to drive interoperability and innovation. With more than 4,000 network experts, our deployment, operation, testing, delivery centers provide global reach, enabling us to deliver at scale. Our extensive experience across test and integration, engineering and deployment, network and security operations ensure end-to-end capabilities for our clients. Our approach embeds automation and security at the core of all Openrun activities, frameworks, and assets. We are indeed an agnostic partner to manage a complex ecosystem that includes multiple subcomponents. Our recent acquisition by Accenture brings the scalability and operations into a single SI partner. But not only are we a strong partner, we invest as well. Together with Airspan and Druid Software, we installed our first 5G campus in 2021. As our CEO of telecommunication, Hakan Ekmen, has already said, we are proud that when it comes to 5G, we are once again pioneers. With our 5G campus network, we can test a wide variety of industrial applications and scenarios which provide real value for our customers. They receive reliable results for their 5G strategies while saving the cost of building and operating their own 5G network before they have a proof of their concepts. And afterwards, Umlaut supports our customers in creating their own tailor-made environment from planning over license application towards network rollout, launch, and optimization. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Velissarios. That was brilliant. Now moving on to our Q&A session. And the first of these is, what security risks are there for O-RAN?
Indeed, most of the current 5G rollouts will depend on 4G, and secondly, many security features are still optional and as of now not really widely adopted throughout the industry. The vulnerabilities in 5G non-standalone networks are the same really as in 4G. This includes attacks on the interconnection, like location tracking, as well as the interception of communications. Also, there are other vulnerabilities when it comes to the air interface, which enable impersonation and interception attacks. We continue to see attacks on APNs, access points to the internet, as well as voice services, just to mention a few of these.
Brilliant, thank you. What does building Umlaut's O-RAN campus network mean?
Well, the industry is looking for connectivity, and for connectivity solutions which allow them to implement their use cases alongside digitalization. The whole ecosystem changes, and here we saw the clear opportunity that private networks are going to be needed everywhere. The 5G standalone network, which uses a virtualized architecture to provide flexibility and scalability, will be used to test a wide range of potential applications in telecommunications, logistics, manufacturing, health and life sciences, utilities, and many other industries in which Umlaut already and its customers operate. The whole design, build, operate, and transfer of the network is one of our core expertise, end to end. We do it for operators, for vendors, and throughout vertical industries, even for ourselves.
Fantastic. Now, you've mentioned the ORAN campus network, but what would an Openrun ecosystem look like?
Yes, the use of off-the-shelf versus proprietary hardware is really a new concept and a central part of the Openrun discussion. The disaggregation, or if you like, decoupling of network software and hardware is at the core of Openrun deployment, looking at radio units, distributed units, and centralized units. Openrun radio unit providers can collaborate with software suppliers for centralized units, distributed units, and NFVI suppliers, hardware suppliers for OCU, ODU, and underlying system integrators. It is much easier to achieve these goals focusing on software writing lines of code versus the challenges of designing, manufacturing, and shipping hardware at scale. Fostering a multi-vendor ecosystem is another clear benefit for mobile operators. As now adoption of cloud and virtualized RAN technologies accelerate, mobile operators have a great opportunity to drive down costs and improve performance, leveraging the benefits of Openrun.
Brilliant, thank you. And thank you for that very insightful presentation as well, Velissarios. It was fantastic. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and thank you for joining us. Also, thank you to the audience, and please make sure you stay tuned for more of what's to come here at Cloud and 5G Live. Goodbye.